Welcome to another DM Musical HQ session, live from Spandau in Berlin. Great to have you all back, and looking forward to this evening's interesting and fascinating session. I've got a good friend of mine we're going to go and have a chat to in Mississauga, which is just outside of Toronto. And looking forward to it. She's just moved back to Canada after a while, and before we cross over live to Natasha, we've got just a little announcement. Every session that we get some sort of donation from, 10% of that will go to the World Health Organization, the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. They are doing a relatively, actually a very good job to build some funds to fight this virus, and we try and do our part for this. So that's what's going to happen there. But yeah, exciting. We're going to speak to Natasha Meister. Quite excited about this because I haven't seen her for a number of years, and excited to see what's going on and where she's heading with this career of hers, and we'll have a fascinating discussion, I reckon. So without much further ado, I'm going to move over to Natasha Meister. There you go.
Hi.
We can hear you.
Hello. Awesome.
How's it going?
It's going. I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Yeah, very, very well. It's excited to have all of these different people on the station. It's fantastic, and from everywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've just recently moved back to Canada. I mean, you've been there now about a year now, hey?
I moved back. It's just a little over a year now, a year and about 4 months if we're counting. For those of you, my fans and friends in South Africa that didn't know, I left a little while ago. But so I'm back home in Canada. I'm in Mississauga, not actually the city I grew up in originally. So born and raised in London, Ontario. That's about 2 hours from where I stay now. So I'm in Mississauga, a much bigger city, more populated, very built up here, pretty close to Toronto. So I'm kind of in the happening spot here, which is perfect for my career. So
fantastic. Yeah. And I see you're pretty busy. You're playing a lot and recording, and that's always a good sign.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I was ready. Like I had all this material that I'd written, most of it already back in South Africa, like sort of just before I left. I was like really on a roll with my writing at that time. And then I moved here, and obviously I was just sort of settling in for the first couple months. And then obviously, I started to get eager and wanting to kind of get out some new material. So I was like, okay, I want to hit the studio, and I started to kind of meet some people as I was playing some of my first gigs, and then kind of introduced to a friend of a friend that had this connection with a studio and recording engineer, where I recorded my recent EP, Love Confessions. So it's just a 5-track EP, but it was sort of my first sort of offering here since I moved back to Canada. So fantastic. Yeah, happy to have some stuff out there at least.
Fantastic. No, I mean it looks like you're settling into it, and it's a good thing to see.
Slowly but surely.
But you were doing very well in South Africa with the Sweet Resistance and getting a lot of radio play, and but I can imagine that there was a ceiling that you felt.
Yes, it's I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's weird because when I think back, I think, hey, like we really were on a roll, and my career was like I feel like it was really just starting to take off almost when I decided to leave, or basically as I decided to leave. I mean, some of the biggest opportunities ever came my way, right? With the Sweet Resistance, we got to open for live, and the Pixies, or one of the bands opening for the Pixies.
Wow.
When they were on tour in SA. Those are like two of the biggest shows I ever played. like thousands of people, the most amazing feeling, and I hope I get to experience that again here. But yeah, so it's, you know, the band was just sort of, we were starting to get at a high point there, I think, and we had only been together for, I think it was 2 years, but not even that long. But so yeah, it's strange, but like I just had this feeling of wanting to come home, and I don't know, there's like this gut feeling of like, I feel like there's, I don't know, there's still something more, and I'm still yearning for, I don't know, other opportunities.
Sure.
And I think I had this feeling like, oh, maybe Toronto could be like, I don't know, the place where I could just meet the right person. I don't know, the doors would open there somehow. And, you know, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go back home, and I'm going to start, basically you start over, you start from scratch, because I moved to South Africa, right? That was for 10 years. I was away from my home country. So within 10 years, right, a lot happens, and you kind of miss out, and people don't know who you are anymore, obviously. I mean, I hadn't really made a name for myself at the time when I was, you know, first starting out here in Canada. I was only 18 when I left. So, you know, I hadn't really started a professional career yet, but, you know, yeah. So, you know, coming back, it's like, oh, who's this girl? Where did she come from? A lot of people say that. They're like, we never heard of you. Who are you? Where do you come from?
Yeah, you have to you have to start from scratch a bit there.
Yeah, so it's funny, but it's fun. It's like it's a good challenge. It is hard starting over, but it's a good challenge, and I'm just really trying to push myself to, you know, get my career to that level where I kind of left it off in South Africa. So.
Well, I mean, it's definitely hats off to you for making the plunge and getting back to your home country. And I'm sure you're enjoying it. I mean, it's definitely quite a process for sure.
Oh yeah. No, and it's nice to be, you know, back home as well, you know, with my family again. I mean, obviously in South Africa, I had my parents there, so that was great. But you know, I was missing my sister, you know, the rest of my family, my grandparents, and so it's nice to be close with them again. And it's sad because right now, obviously, I can't, you know, during this time, especially what we're going through in the world, like I can't go and visit them, but we still keep in touch. We're very close right now, but
sure.
But it's still nice to it's nice to be, you know, at home or in the same country now with them, and we can connect easier. So it's
absolutely, nice. Absolutely. So they moved back to Canada as well.
They are currently here. They're sort of kind of still doing a back and forth kind of all year round summer thing, because it's nice. They're living the retired life. So my parents are, they're happy. They're in Canada at the moment. So I think they'll be making maybe 1 or 2 more trips to beautiful SA, but then they'll be back home here for good. So.
Okay. Good. Well, can you give us a little bit of an explanation as to the song that I led us in with?
Okay. Yes, I was jamming to that. I was like, hey, that's my song. So that is one of the songs off my latest release, like I said, my EP called Love Confessions, which is available on all online digital or your main online digital platforms. So you can find Love Confessions on iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, any of the other sort of main ones. So check it out. I hope my fans love it. Like I said, I recently released that was only in February. So sorry, back to the song. So this one off the EP is actually, this one is quite different. A few people have told me it's a little more brave, and I'm getting a little more cheeky sort of with my writing, like where I'm not really so afraid to sort of just express what I want to, like just say what I want to say, and like talk about, you know, whatever, like my sexuality, and my other songs, talking about like love, and those are sort of the topics that are mostly like love. I focus on like relationships and ups and downs of that. But this one was like, I don't know, something just came over me. This is when I moved back to Canada. I was just like, hey, if I'm moving here and I'm going to do this, I've got to like have some balls and just experiment and write and say what I want to say. So body talking is just sort of like my way of being like, cool.
Well, it's
here
good.
it is.
Like, just
I hope you guys like it. If
drop,
you don't, then
drop the pretenses.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's still like somewhat PG rated. I mean, I'm not like throwing in any swear words or anything too much, but it's suggestive. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's Body Talking.
What about playing something else from the release?
Something else? Like right now? Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. One of the other songs on the album. Let's see. Okay, I can do. Here's one of the songs called "The One." I think this was the very first single actually released. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Cool.
Take me by the hand and pull me in closer. Can't we be more friends? Mm-hmm. Boy, you got me dreaming. Our pictures together. Can't we be more than friends? I could be the one, the one, the one. Let me be the one, the one, the one. I could be the one, the one, the one. Baby, let me be the one, the one, the one. I got you on my mind and I think I kinda like it. I just wanna know you more. I'm trying to read the signs right, but you got me all excited. And I just wanna know you more. And I could be the one, the one, the one. Baby, let me be the one, the one, the one. I could be the one, the one, the one. Baby, let me be the one, the one. Oh, and just wanna love your body. We could keep us on your hub. Let's take a chance just one night. Keep it on the low, no spotlight. I just wanna love your body. We could keep us on no hurry. Let's take a chance just one night. Keep it on the low, no spotlight. Oh, ooh, I just wanna love your body. Take me by the hand and pull me closer. Can't we be more than friends? I could be the one, the one, the one. Baby, let me be the one. Oh, I could be the one, the one, the one. Baby, let me be the one. Oh, and I just wanna love your body. We can keep us on no hurry. Let's take a chance just one night. Keep it on no spotlight. I just wanna love you. I just wanna love your body. Yeah, let's take a chance just one night.
Yeah, that was incredible. That's incredible. I just have Laura, my friend from the UK, just said beautiful voice, Natasha.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it's coming through really well here. And what is that guitar that you're playing on there?
The guitar, okay, right. So the guitar I'm currently playing, everyone thinks I have like new guitars lately, but I'm just sort of testing some guitars. But I've got you see that Takamine? It's actually my first time playing a Takamine. Not a bad guitar, I quite like it actually. Yeah, so I'm just sort of borrowing this guitar at the moment because I have my Liquid in for a little TLC. Got a little banged up on my recent travels, so it'll be back in action soon. But for now, yeah, I'm just jamming on a few. I jammed on a Gibson J45 recently,
what do you think of
which
that
I previously played. in the Sweet Resistance. I don't think it was the exact same model, but beautiful guitar. I love Gibson.
But what do you think of the J45 there?
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful guitar.
I
love the bottom end and the mid. It's like I'm a sucker for like beautiful like bottom end on a guitar. I don't know what it is about it. I'm like drawn to that.
It's like a Gatling gun, that thing. When you're doing sound for it, I've done sound for like I think 3 or 4 J45s now in Berlin, and they're just like. They just blow everyone away.
Yeah, they're a dream. I mean, even like not plugged in, they sound so beautiful raw as is. And I mean, I find myself practicing more than ever when I'm playing on a J45 just because it's so beautiful. So that's one day I'm gonna actually own my own one. It's gonna be awesome. So
you will.
Working towards it.
You will. And tell me, like, what strings are you playing on these days? Like what gauge?
Wow, okay, I switched to. I use mostly D'Addario strings at the moment. The gauge, let me think about this. I think I'm using I want to say 12s.
It's quite heavy, right?
Yeah, I actually do go pretty heavy. I mean, starting from the beginning, I used to be, obviously everyone starting out super light, like the lightest gauge probably. So I have like the tiniest fingers. Everyone's like, how do you play guitar? Your fingers are so cute and dainty. But yeah, so eventually kind of, after years of playing, my fingers get stronger. So I worked my way up to playing 12s. I mean, yeah, the 12s are great. A little bit hard, heavier, a little more, like takes a little more strength to bend. But I can do it, and obviously, less chance of breaking strings, which is perfect. I can't remember the last time I even broke a string. So.
Wow, lucky you.
Me, yes.
Yeah, no, I'm playing 12s on acoustic, and I think I'm still on 11s on. No, I'm on 12s as well on the Strat.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I think I use 11s on my electric. Even though that's easier to put, I don't know why I do that. I just do that.
Can you imagine that Stevie Ray Vaughan played 13s on his Strat?
Oh my goodness, 13s, I didn't even know that.
And then I think he tuned it down like half a step.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's how you could still get the bend out, but like that tone that he used to get was because of these like really thick kind of strings.
Lustrous. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. He's just he had his own thing going on there.
What a master.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely inspired by his playing for sure. Mostly, yeah. I mean, a lot of people will know that I'm inspired by a lot of blues. It still comes out in my music these days. I'm still playing blues tunes.
We hope
these
so.
days. Yeah, but I'm also doing a mix as well now. My style has evolved a lot over the last couple of years, going from like basically only blues to kind of dabbling into a bit of rock and then into pop. And now I think I'm almost leaning more towards pop and almost a little away from the rock. But I'm still kind of doing a mix of it. So it's like anything blues, rock, and pop. I'm like, that is sort of my niche or my genres that I stick to.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. You'll see me looking around all of the place. I'm looking at all the different screens and.
Okay.
But yeah.
I just have one computer in front of me, so.
For the viewers, I did get a new camera today. Thank goodness. So that's a new HD camera just for you, the audience, and then I have one on the other side. Where where someone can actually, I can be seen by the artists.
Yay, I can see you.
Yeah. And tell me something. What are like some of the really good venues that you've been playing at in Mississauga and Toronto? What are the good ones?
So I haven't. So funnily enough, I have not even yet tapped much into the Toronto scene. Okay. I'm still kind of working my way towards that. And obviously now I can't do anything because I can't play any shows with the current situation. So, but since I've moved here to Mississauga, I've been mostly just playing in the area, so in Mississauga. Some of the venues, I can't really pick a favorite. To be honest, if I'm being totally honest, I feel like I've still yet to come across my favorite venue. Don't get me wrong; these are cool venues. I'm mostly just playing bars and restaurants. Okay. But I because I'm always like, oh, where's the next thing? What's the next best thing? The next best venue I can play at. So I feel like I've still yet to find the venue that I fall in love with. But I mean, I've played at mostly in an area called Port Credit here in Mississauga. yeah, there's a couple of venues like right along the main strip there. I've played at the place called Rock and Docks quite regularly, and I've played at the Shore. These are all like restaurants, bars. Where else have I played? Yeah, a couple of others. But yeah, so it's mostly just, once again, I'm starting from the beginning, so it's gonna take time to build up a reputation. But I've managed to get some quite regular gigs already since I moved here.
I mean, from what I can see from over here, you've actually got quite busy, and you've also built a new website for yourself, and
yes.
I'm proud. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, you're doing it. You're doing it, and it will.
Yeah,
it will. Myself. You will. you make your own opportunities. So.
Yes, that's right.
Exactly. It's
I think we'll have to take a leap of faith sometimes, and that's definitely what I did when I moved back here.
Totally.
I mean, at the same time, it wasn't like I was moving to a totally different country I'd never been to before. No. I mean, that's what I did when I moved to South Africa. So that was also a leap of faith, and then moving back was again. But at least I have family and friends I'm surrounded by supporting me here that I know or that I already knew. So that helps.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, should we consider playing another song?
I think we should. What would you like to hear?
Your choice.
My choice. Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's your show.
Let's see. Okay. How about I play? Okay. This is actually a totally unreleased song.
Ooh, lucky yes.
Okay, but I will admit, I did play it like maybe only like 2 or 3 shows in South Africa. So if anyone was at those concerts, I can't remember the venues now, and they heard this song, then they might pick up on it, be like, oh, I've heard that before somewhere. So like I'll say again, like I have played it live like 2 or 3 times in South Africa. This was again in my last band there, The Sweet Resistance. I wrote the song, but we were playing it in the band. And it's a very like sort of stripped down. We always did a stripped down like acoustic version because that is sort of what I was going for with the song. Yeah. And it's called Something About You. It's a very like personal song to me because I wrote it for myself and for anyone that kind of struggles with sort of negative thoughts and doubts and just like not believing in yourself, not thinking like, oh, you have anything unique to offer, to the world. But this song tells you otherwise. And it's like, yeah, it's just like a positive, like uplifting song. And I hope it speaks to, anyone who's, I don't know, struggling at the moment. So
looking forward to it. Take it away.
Think you go notice and that you won't be missed, lost in the crowd of self-doubt, but promise you stand out. So you think that your opinion doesn't mean a thing, that everybody wants to hear what you have to say. They're all waiting. There's always gonna be something waiting to do. There's always gonna be something in everything you do. So don't hide the light inside. There's always gonna be something about you. You've been dreaming of the moment you finally been known, but they've already got their eyes on you, watching everywhere you go. And if only you could see it, just what you're really worth. I know it's hard to hold on to yourself someday you'll learn. There's always gonna be something waiting. There's always gonna be something in everything you do. So don't hide the light something about you. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something, something about you. Oh, there's always gonna be something. Oh, there's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something, something about you. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something, something about you. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be something, something about you. Something about you. Oh, it's always gonna be something.
Wow. Man, oh man, the songs are coming out, eh?
I feel like I just sung to myself again. I needed to hear those words.
I know it's difficult. It's difficult being a musician, not being able to play for people.
I know it makes our job very hard.
Tell me the experience that you've had, like, because you were on Facebook Live the other night. What was the experience like for you, just out of interest?
That was fun. I was so nervous. It was the first time I ever tried a Facebook Live. I mean, it's already been out there for however long.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always just would play my live concerts at venues, and that was just the way I did it. So now, not being able to do that, everything is online, of course. So, I was thinking, okay, I've got to tap into these live streaming shows and just give it a try. So it was really fun, and I had a really great response. Lots of South African fans tuned in and said, hey, and some of my following here as well tuned in, and it was just nice to be able to play some songs I felt like I hadn't even I still practice every now and again, but obviously not having to play live shows, you sort of you can kind of lose your touch if you're not sort of like proactively making the effort to like sit down and rehearse. But so that was nice to kind of just sit down and sort of play like a live or online concert and play through the songs. Some of them I haven't played in a while, so it was really fun. I'll definitely do that again soon.
Yeah, you should. In fact, what I was going to say is that getting OBS, which is this station software, onto your computer would be amazing, because all that you do is you basically connect that to YouTube Live, and then you perform to YouTube Live or to Facebook Live. It's just a matter of like syncing the two programs, and then you've got HD quality performance. Like the problem I find that if you play directly to Facebook Live or Instagram Live or one of those platforms, the audio quality is sometimes a little bit shaky.
Okay. All right. Okay. You'll have to. Okay.
But I mean, this is for another time.
Yeah. You need to show me how to do that stuff. I'm not great. I'm not a huge online. I mean, I'm proactive on like my social media, but I haven't done, like I said, the online live streaming, and I'm still figuring out how to make it all sound and work well. So it's sort of trial and error at the moment.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
But I'm liking the quality of this. I'm looking at the stream preview at the moment. It's fantastic. I'm
great. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, it's turned out really good.
It's good. And tell me something. What was it? Oh, have you kind of heard back from any of the other musos back in South Africa?
Back in South Africa, who have been in touch with anyone lately? I'm trying to think. No. Not
really?
I hear someone whispering names in the background here. To be honest, I kind of have lost touch, sadly. I guess I'm so focused on kind of working and growing my connections here. So I've actually kind of been getting in touch with like even like old high school friends like here in Canada, like sort of to like reconnect again with them. And some of them are musicians as well. So I'm kind of like figuring out ways to maybe collaborate with them. So I guess I'm just kind of focused on where I'm at, like here in Canada. And I mean, I'm still in touch with my friends and everything in South Africa, but to be honest, I kind of lost touch with the musicians there, but I'm still fully like supporting them and I'm always following like what everyone's doing there. I'm still kind of keeping up to date with you know, what's going on in the South African music scene. So it's nice to see, you know, it's all still happening.
There's one thing that that I've been doing recently. I think it was it was probably a couple of months ago. I was on Instagram and I had already followed this friend of mine in Western Australia, and he started doing this live performance, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And he then said, look, come and join me on Patreon. And I was like, oh, well, that's very interesting, because I do actually have a Patreon account. So I went and I actually became a patron of his, which is a very interesting process, because I'm starting to like get a fair amount of material from him that no one else happens to see or listen to, and that kind of thing.
I see. I mean, I know what you're talking about. I recently just joined Patreon myself. I haven't, I'll be honest and say I haven't really posted much content at all yet, but I want to try and like get that kind of going, and just another way to sort of engage with my fans, and if they wish to support me, right, that would be you know, amazing and as well. But just another platform I can utilize. So I've kind of got to tap into that again. I sort of
it's fascinating, because I've also I also created like a chat server just for those patrons. So it's like a private chat room that everyone's involved in, and little discussions, and it's exciting, and it's really
nice. It's a nice way to connect with people as well.
Exactly. What else can we look at?
Well, I wanted to, or if I can sort of promote a few things here. I'm usually not a big self-promoter, but hey, you got to do it these days. But so I just want to sort of direct everyone that's tuned in right now, if they want to check out like what I'm sort of up to these days, at least anyways online, they can follow me. You know, like I've got well, first and foremost, I have my website, natashameister.ca, or .com should also work. Obviously, there's no shows currently posted there because we don't know for how long this situation will last. So hopefully in a couple months, I'll be playing shows again. But yeah, I've got some content posted there. And you can also check out my YouTube channel. Just look for my name, Natasha Meister. I've recently been posting quite a lot of videos there. Actually, a song I'm going to play, or maybe now or in a bit, a cover song by One Republic. They recently released it off of, I think, their latest album. A very like current, you know, song, very for the now, like what's going on in the world, called Better Days. So yeah, maybe I'll play that song shortly. So I've been posting some content on YouTube, and then people can find me on my Facebook page as well. It's all just my name, and also on Instagram at Natasha Meister, so, and Twitter. So I'm trying to keep all the socials going. Oh, and I recently just joined TikTok.
Oh, you've fallen into the rabbit hole.
I think I'm slowly becoming addicted to it. I don't know. I feel like I suck at it right now, but I'm like watching like what everyone else is doing. I'm like, oh, they look so cool. Like when they're like lip syncing. I'm like, how do I do this? And I recently did a lip syncing skit to like a comedian thing, and I like practiced it like 10 times before I like shot it. Yeah, people can find me there, at Natasha Meister 2, number 2. So yeah, I might be posting some more stuff there.
What? There's another Natasha Meister?
Yeah. What? Exactly. People can see another side of me there. I think that platform is really just to have, you just want to have fun with it. And,
totally.
You know, people are just like dancing and, you know, like lip singing to like comedy skits, and it's super fun. So yeah, people can see another side of me on there.
Gary Vaynerchuk says it's like the platform to be on these days. I'm like,
right. I know. I'm like, and I was like hesitant at first because I'm like, oh, I've already got like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I'm like, oh, it's so much to keep up with. But as soon as I took kind of the time to like, okay, like, get the app, and I started like scrolling through, I'm like, this looks so fun. And then, then you start trying it and you're like, hey, I can actually do this. So, just have fun with it.
Look forward to having a look.
Yeah, check it out if you're on TikTok.
Segue into your next track.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so how about shall I play another song?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, so as I mentioned, like I posted a video recently on my YouTube channel with that One Republic song. So I'm gonna play that one for you now. But yeah, people can go check it out on my YouTube and subscribe to my channel as well. So this one is called Better Days. Maybe never ever shed another tear today. Oh, I know that there'll be better days. Waking up in California, these clouds and go away. Every day it's like another storm. Just trying not to go insane. Yeah, the city shining so bright, so many dark nights, so many dark days. But every time I feel the paranoia, I close my eyes and I pray. Oh, I know that there'll be better days. Oh, the sunshine about to come my way. Maybe never ever shed another tear for today. Oh, I know that there'll be better days. Waking up with me, these clouds in the way. I'm waking up with me, but I know it'll wash away. Whatever you do, don't worry about me. I'm thinking about you, don't worry about us. Cause in the morning everything can change. Time will tell and it does. Oh, I know that there'll be better days. Oh, that sunshine about to come. Maybe never ever shed another tear today. Oh, I know that there'll be better days, better days. Ooh, better days. Ooh, oh, baby, never ever shed another tear today. Oh, I know that there'll be better days. Maybe never ever shed another tear for today. Oh, I know that there'll be better days.
Wow, wow. I wish I actually had an applause, like an applause sound. No, it's great. No, I love that rendition. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very, very relevant for the current times, and I think I really just draw from those words and believe that there are going to be better days. Things are going to turn around again at some point, and
they will.
I don't know if we'll be 100% back to normal, but we will.
Before that happens, we'll be experts at streaming.
Exactly. Yes, this is a learning phase for a lot of us. I think a lot of us are really tapping into like different avenues here and like kind of discovering new gifts and talents and things we can do we thought we never could, because now we have all the time to try, right? And
exactly.
It's a nice learning curve for a lot of us. So I think in some ways, I don't want to say it's great that this is all happening, but it's maybe a blessing in disguise as well. So
it's like a forced reset. Like we need to kind of rethink what we do, and it's basically testing every single part of our being to become better, I think. And
explore yourself, explore new things, and better yourself. And look after yourself. Now we're really, I guess, in a lot of ways also forced to. I think we can still do a lot of things, but we're also maybe forced to slow down in a lot of ways. So, kind of, you can take the time to really look after yourself and better yourself now. So take that opportunity. Now is the time.
Totally agree. Well, I could not do without this little busy station, I must admit. If I didn't have this, I would be climbing the walls.
I know we've all got to have something that keeps us occupied, and like if you got like your own channel, your own whatever online streaming, just whatever is keeping you busy. Just focus on that and keep your chin up and just keep busy.
Exactly. Well, good. So we've got like 20 minutes left. We can probably have maybe one more song, and it's been a fantastic chat, and it's been great to see you.
It's been difficult to catch up. Like you said, it's been a couple of years. I'm trying to remember when I saw you last. But you also moved to Berlin. How long ago has that been?
4 years ago, believe it or not.
4 years. Okay, so it has been a good couple of years.
It has
since
been.
we've seen each other like face to face like this. So
it's incredible. Like this is forced a whole lot of people to like talk to each other, but online. Like, what were we doing before this?
Exactly. So now, hey, thank God that we can, still connect online. What would we do if we didn't have this?
What did they ever do in the days of the Spanish flu, where they had like none of this?
Wow. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I don't know how people could cope.
And that was a lot more intense. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
well. So at least we don't have it as tough as they did, right? So we shouldn't complain too much.
Good. Well, what about one more original for us?
I was thinking of the intro track you just sort of led the interview into. I thought that I would maybe do an acoustic version of Body Talking.
That's what I'm talking about.
Also, once again, I'm gonna just plug in here. On my YouTube channel, I did it'll sound probably pretty much the same, but an acoustic version on there as well of the song. So this is I think this was the second single I released off of the EP. Again, like I said, this one I was just really experimenting, with my lyrics, and and I think a lot of people will be able to relate. It's just just very down to earth and raw and real. So here goes, called Body Talking.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me falling. Oh, you got me falling into your temptation. Feeling sensation. Living for this moment. Living for this moment. Breathing and holding. These words show it. Hold it closer, baby, I'm yours. Feel my body move on the dance floor. Kiss my lips and don't make a sound. I don't wanna talk to you now. I ain't even playing no games. You got me feeling some type of way. Give it to you, get your lead out. I don't wanna talk to you now. Don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Oh, don't speak. Let your body like an ocean. Love is like an ocean. Waves keep rolling, crashing. Now my head is spinning, going through the oceans. I get wrapped in emotions. When it's you, won't hold it. It's the feels where I keep going. Pull me closer, baby, I'm close. Feel my body move on the dance floor. Kiss my lips and don't make a sound. I don't wanna talk right now. I ain't even playing no games. You got me feeling some type of way. Give it to the good joy now. And I don't wanna talk with you now. Don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Oh, don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Oh, don't speak. Don't speak. Don't speak. Don't speak. Oh, let your body, let your body. Let your body, let your body. Oh, don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Oh, don't speak. Let your body do the talking. Oh, don't speak. Don't speak. Oh, let your body do the talking. Yeah. Let your body, let your body. Oh, let your body do the talking. Yeah. Let your body do the talking. Yeah. Let your body do the talking. Yeah.
Wow. Incredible. Tash, has been a fantastic discussion and a super chance to see some of your newish material. And
yeah. It's nice to get it out there, and yeah, I hope people are just enjoying the new stuff. Very different from what anyone has heard in the past. So I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I'm just gonna keep evolving. I mean, hopefully I'll kind of stick to genre at some point, but I'm still experimenting. And anyway, I hope people can just follow me along in this journey and just enjoy what I have to offer right now. And
we'll definitely do this one again. Whenever there's any new material, let me know and we can do another one of these.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still writing, and I'm hoping probably maybe early next year. We'll see. But I'll get out maybe hopefully a full album. I don't want to make any promises, but that is what my dream to do that early next year. Put out a full album again, and I'm excited to just kind of keep writing and working towards that. I'll just focus on for now, and so people can look forward to some new stuff, hopefully, in a little bit.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been fantastic to have the famous Natasha Meister on board with us this evening, or this afternoon, depending on where you are. And we'll see you again soon.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks so much, Dom.
Have a good one.
And everyone.
Just for everybody's sake, this will also be on YouTube on the YouTube channel for those who haven't been able to watch it, and you can also still see it here on Crowdcast. So we can share this around and